Let's do a long form diamond education video. So please turn your phone sideways so that you can see me a little bit better. I'm going to try to add in elements of our diamond education sheet so it's a little easier for you to see. Today I'm going to do lab-grown diamonds, and I'm specifically going to do elongated stones, oval, radiant, and emerald. And the reason I'm going to stick with those stones is because they've been very, very popular lately. And I want to talk to you guys about how to buy these stones and make sure that they're exactly the way they should look. So let's talk about length to width ratio. What's really important to understand is that round diamonds are the only stones that get a cut grade. Cut grade does not mean sparkle. I know there's all these websites that say super ideal, ideal cut, all this stuff. One, if it's a fancy shape, it doesn't get a cut grade. And two, cut does not mean sparkle. That's why they're using words like super ideal and ideal. They're trying to make it sound like shine. But it really means that the diamond is the size it should be. So if you have a round diamond and it weighs 1 carat, it should measure 6.5 millimeter. If it weighs less than 6.5 millimeter, if it measures less than 6.5 millimeter, maybe 6.3 millimeter, the cut grade will go down to very good. And then there's good, fair, poor, which are also grades on the cut grade scale. And that's just telling you that your diamond on the scale weighs a carat, but it doesn't look like a carat. Whether it's too big, meaning the crown is really low and it's not going to sparkle, or it's too deep, so it's going to look really, really small, but it still weighs a carat on the scale. So whenever you're looking at stones like oval, emerald, and radiant, you want to look at the measurements because stores love selling short, fat stones. Short ovals, short radiant, short emeralds, because those short, fat stones sell cheaper to them. So the way you protect yourself, because IGI and GIA don't give cut grades to those stones, is you make sure you understand the length to width ratio. So the perfect length to the width ratio for lab-grown diamonds is 1.4 to 1.49. I like to restrict that a little bit more to 1.42 to 1.47, but some people want them to be as short and fat as possible while still being in ratio. That would be 1.4. And some people want them as long and thin as possible while still being in ratio, and that's 1.5. Now, what is length to width ratio telling you? It's telling you that the diamond is the size it should be for its weight. So if you have an oval that's 1.3 ratio, it's going to be short and fat. If you have one that's 1.45, it's going to be long, but not too long, and wide, but not too wide. So it's going to show its weight the best for what it weighs on the scale. And then you still have to pay attention to length and width and make sure that the numbers are good. But overall, the length to width ratio really helps protect you. Now, ovals, radiants, and emeralds will also get polish and symmetry. Polish is how much the raw diamond came off and that the wheel didn't leave behind any small marks or burrs. And symmetry is that the facet structure from the crown, which is the top, and the bottom, which is the pavilion, line up. And that if you have two facets that should match, that they do match. So those are generally very easy. Generally, you see an oval and it'll be excellent, excellent, a radiant, excellent, excellent on polish and symmetry. And the reason this is so important is because stores are constantly trying to pitch you on just paying attention to what it weighs and what it costs. They're not trying to show you the length to width ratio and everything else. And on top of that, we're saving most people on lab-grown diamonds 50 to 70% on their diamonds. I just posted a diamond earlier today. Our price on it is $4,300. The price on the online store that's supposedly the best prices is $16,000. It was an $11,900 savings. And so not only are we focused on a volume model where we sell you really top quality jewelry at a really fair price, but also we want to make sure that you get a really good quality piece of jewelry. So we focus on education. So the final part to this is color and clarity, right? For lab-grown diamonds, because we don't trust the grading company. I'm not going to say their name. We don't trust them. There's two grading companies. One is good, one is bad, but one costs more than the other. So we show you both. And because the one we don't trust, we only sell DE color. Now, I know that's holding you to the two highest colors on the scale, but remember, we're 50 to 70% cheaper. So when you go in an online store, our D and E colors are cheaper than their F and G colors, which is really, really important. And then for clarity, we do VS2 Plus. Again, same thing. Because they're lying most of the time on their certs, we want to make sure that we cover ourselves. So we do VS2 or higher. That's for oval and radiant. Now for emerald, emeralds are what's called a step cut. So you can see right through them. They're very clean. We want the clarity to be VS1 or higher. We really prefer it to be VVS2 or higher. But if you're trying to save a few dollars, you can find a clean VS1. All of this information is very important to your diamond buying process. And if you'd like to sit down or make an appointment, please don't hesitate. Just DM me, and me or one of my amazing sales staff will be able to sit down with you and take you through the same process while also showing you diamonds, giving you pricing. And don't forget, we have a completely free custom design department and free 3D prints like these for you to try on and make sure that you actually love how it comes out. I'm so sorry. My phone is sideways, and I keep looking over here, but the camera is there. So if you keep seeing my eyes go, it's because I'm distracted and I'm trying to see myself, but really I should just be staring at this little dot. But anyway, these waxes are very cool. We print it in your finger size with the size stone that you're choosing and the shape, and then we mail it to you to approve before we ever make the ring at all, and there's absolutely no cost to any of that. If you have questions, comment below, or please feel free to DM me on Instagram or TikTok.